Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Dead Island Riptide. As always, I'm your host, J Square John Jeremy, and I'm in a bit of a situation. You see, I've got a 40-minute video to showcase to you guys, but I've got no personal audio for this 40-minute video. What you're hearing right now is a post-production audio recording made after the original gameplay was recorded because yours truly forgot to turn on his microphone. It was really early in the morning. It was the first thing I did when I woke up after, brushing my teeth and taking a shower. Yes, I do take morning showers. It's important. And nighttime showers. You gotta take 2 showers in a day. Come on, guys. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. No, so I have no personal audio for this particular video here. So what turned out to be a 40-minute video, when I first recorded it, I have no idea right now at this very moment how much of this video is going to be saved with my post audio, which is kind of interesting in a way, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and break this thing down into sound bites, where we continue to see the plot progress in the game. We continue to see certain special encounters that are part of the game. But I guess I try and take away the travel time in the game. And it turns out that this 40-minute video may turn out to be only 15-20 minutes. And now that I think about it, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe it just should be that all the videos should be shortened. I'm not too sure about this sort of situation. But stay tuned, and we'll be back.
And the roads to prevent any movement of the civilian population. And now they're ordering us to kill any villagers who escape the firebombings. Not just the infected, but everyone. Men, women, children. My men are balking at this and I can't blame them. We're here to protect these people, not murder them. I told Colonel Ormsby, my commanding officer, that I would not order my men to murder innocent civilians. Colonel Ormsby said refusal to follow orders would be considered gross insubordination, and my men and I would be charged with desertion and arrested as traitors. Hold up, men. Looks like, some sort of research facility ahead. At least that's what it is according to the map here. Yeah, there could be food and supplies in there, but we need to... Johnson, wait! Hold up, mate! We need to reconnoiter the area before we... Oh, Jesus, what the bloody hell's that? Shoot it! Shoot it!
So what you just heard right there was another one of John Morgan's diaries that we found. This was diary number 4, and although we found them out of sequence, I think we found 4 so far. So like I said earlier, I would be cutting down the amount of video between specific points of plot progression. Turned out the first cut was about 7 minutes long. So yeah, I think that we've come to a point where we're getting to a lot of monotony.
Come on, Daddy needs some new shit.
Now that I'm actually doing this sort of, I guess, in post rather than just uploading the entire video at once. So not sure how I feel about this. My apologies, I guess. But stick around and we'll see what's next up on the plate. So at this point, we're making our way over to the areas that we have not been to before in Halai. And we've come across another one of the stranded survivors that seem to pop up every now and again on the game map. This individual person is named Megan, and like all the other ones, when you do rescue her, you will go ahead and receive some monetary funds and, of course, the XP, which is always the better of the two options, especially for our character here, where money means absolutely nothing. I think at this point we've already reached past 150,000, maybe even 200,000 before I started spending some money. So at this point, not really much of a consequence there.
Take anything you want, anything. I must go to my children. I must be terrified.
Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on our journey. So at this point in the video, I've kind of gone ahead and nearly reached that green area where we're looking for those individuals, but we come across a certain area that I've not been to before, and it has a workbench, which immediately piqued my interest. But then it also showed an individual on the map, which normally, you know, gives you an option for more quests. And I thought to myself, this is a pretty far place to find a quest giver. It's not necessarily on the main base or anywhere near it, to be sure, but nevertheless, here this person is. So let's find out exactly what she wants.
I need your help.
Perhaps I can help.
You see that supply crate over there? The military drop a couple more of them in the jungle. I found a method to track them. If you go look for them and bring me the food, you can take everything else. What do you say?
Yeah.
Each crate has a transmitter. It will activate when close to the device. When you get close, it will emit a beeping signal. Just follow it.
So I'm not gonna lie, my first thought when I heard that voice was, that voice does not match that face. Not exactly sure who got their messages crossed, who was in charge of character design and who was in charge of putting voices to characters, but that voice just kind of weirded me out a bit, a smidge. Maybe it was their intent. Maybe they just decided this person was going to have that particular accent. Threw me off because I was not expecting it. I can tell you that much for damn sure.
We lost one of our group last night, Bill. He was sleeping right by the fire when he was attacked. She looked like an old woman, but she moved so fast. Half her left arm was gone. You could see the bone, white in the firelight. And she made the most terrible, growling, gurgling sound. Blood ran down her face, and she still had Bill's flesh in her teeth. Zico hit her in the head with a shovel. But she got up again, and he hit her again and again, until finally he had to decapitate her. She looked like she was 70 years old. Most of her clothes had been torn off. Some say it's Kudru, that cannibal disease, but how is that possible? These people are dying, and they are resurrecting. Well, Bill, he was badly hurt, and he was afraid the disease would take him, and he didn't want to become one of them. So he grabbed Gabrielle's shotgun and put it in his mouth, and oh, the sound was so loud. We knew it would attract other infected, so we ran. Into the dark, into the jungle. There aren't very many of us left.
And I had totally forgotten about Angela. This was the individual whose recordings we first heard of when we got to the island in the first place. And it had totally slipped my mind that we could still find more recordings of her out there on the island. So there you heard her continuing on her trek and having a couple of her party members be incapacitated and ultimately killed. It's like I said, it's one of those things where I enjoy the smaller things in a game. Things like that where I can find pieces of lore in a game, and it really brings me some more understanding. Now, would I love the fact, or would I love the opportunity to actually, you know, meet Angela, have her be a character in the game, maybe a secret quest if I collected all of the recordings? Yeah, for sure. I even thought about that in the first game when we were hearing the recordings of that reporter, and I don't think we ever got a chance to meet him. In fact, I think that we saw his dead body in the very last recording. I think the recording was near his dead body. So I'd love an opportunity to actually, you know, meet Angela face to face, or zombie Angela, whatever the game prefers. But yeah, I like those. I like the little things in life, and little things like that in a game really make me happy. So we've just come across another one of these individuals that we need to rescue. His name is Alfred, and this guy is a pain in the ass because he just simply does not shut up. You've probably already heard him once or twice now, in the middle of my talking, maybe just once. But he keeps going, up here on the roof, like I don't see him already, on top of his trailer. Here's the thing I don't like about these particular save quests, is that the game never tells me what happens to them. Like, I don't give them any information. My character does not say, hey, you should go over to Paradise, there's a place there, I mean, there's people, I can take you there. I mean, at least in the first Dead Island, you know, there were people that you could save, and sometimes those people you would actually take with them to the safe camps. I do, in fact, recall there was a quest like that when we were in Port Moresby, where we would literally take a person and, you know, trek with him back to the church. Those quests I understand. These things, where I'm just literally saving people by killing zombies and getting XP for it, not really seeing the point to it.
I thought that was it, you know. I thought they had me. This is for you. It's not much, but it's all I have at the moment.
So we finally come across the second potential campsite for the fellow travelers that were with Maggie back over at Halai. We can see the little trailer area. It's pretty sunk in right now at this point. I think that these guys didn't necessarily know where they were going. They were just kind of like trekking their way over and trying just to survive, but didn't really have anybody smart at the helm in order to lead them. Especially if there were places marked like Paradise, which is not actually that far away from where we are right now if you consider your north to south directions. But yeah, these guys didn't really make it. as if we had any other thoughts in our mind about any potential survivors around. Not exactly the type of situation that you think any sort of random person would survive. So yeah, that's the situation there. Now, once we finish off this part of the quest here, there was some beeping back when we were first at the trailer. We're actually not too far away right now from the first placement of the military supplies. And if you recall, the survivor who gave us that quest told us that the actual military supplies would beep once we got close enough to it. So that's kind of like besides the map situation, having the big green circular notification there on your screen. If you didn't have that, I guess you could potentially just go off of the noise, although, now that I think about it, the island is rather huge, and the radius to hear that noise is about the same radius to get to the green circle, so not much luck there.
Here it is.
Alright, let's pick up this letter.
Maggie, we reached the edge of the backwaters, but this place is completely overrun. They attacked us. I escaped major injury. Thankfully, I was only bitten on the hand. It could have been much worse. We've decided to turn around and go farther inland. I pray we can find someplace that's safe.
As you can see when I'm checking the map, the game is telling me to go back to a particular place where we've just gone to before, or at least I've just gone through before. In fact, it was the very first location that we were at in this video, and now the game is telling me to go back to it, to go find those people that we've already known for some time are dead. So, yeah, not exactly a happy camper for yours truly, but I decided to go ahead and start that military quest instead, see what happened.
New shit.
So in the end, I went from a 40-plus minute video, just a bit of over 40 minutes, down to 17 minutes and 25 seconds. There's a big difference between 40 minutes and 17 minutes and 25 seconds. Now, a lot of it, again, was purely, you know, traveling from one place to another. There are good things and there are bad things about that. I feel. One, when you are, you know, part of the game world and you're going across, you know, certain traverses of land, you know, just like when you're playing a game like Skyrim or any other open world game, traveling in the open world is part of the experience. And it's meant to bring you into the game. So I understand my own personal thoughts about why I like to record that as part of the game. In fact, that's been a part of me ever since I started recording on YouTube. In fact, if you ever ever went back to my very first videos on Saddle Hunter 5, I was so enamored with focusing on the immersion of a game. I did not jump cut a single frame. So now that I think about it, it's just funny. But I think episode 1 to episode 12. Episode 1, episode 12 is literally me taking my ship, my submarine, and going from one port to the open sea.
Some more?
12 episodes of that. And in that whole span of 12 episodes, I encountered one enemy ship that wasn't even, well, it was real, but I didn't get the kill for it. So 12 episodes, one ship. And people want me to record more Saddle Hunter 5. I don't know why. But it's just that sort of thing that I enjoy. On the flip side, I understand entirely that it's filler, you know, and I understand that it's a lot of content to just simply walk around. Now, yes, I'm talking and I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time, but it's filler. Let's be honest here. Let's be 100% upfront. Filler. So I guess my question is, you know, what's better? You know, what's the better solution? Do I continue on this particular path and record episodes up front and as is and try not to lose audio ever again? Or do we take more of a cutting, truncated approach to the situation? I'm actually curious about this because it doesn't just affect this title, but it affects other titles as well that I may record in the future. So I do want your input there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. And I think what I'll do here is I will make this a video 0.5, like a half video. It's not a full video, but I'll make it like a 0.5. And we'll come back next time on Let's Play Dead Island Riptide with another full episode. Until then, this is J Squared John Jeremy signing off, saying so long and take care.